Welcome to this standing mindful movement with Michelle Reugebrink. As we begin this period of mindful movement, we exercise great care and attention to how the body is actually feeling moment by moment, and only moving in ways that are kind and respectful of the body's limitations in any given moment, regardless of the instructions that is being given. It's important to recognize and be sensitive to how our bodies are in each moment. We seek to cultivate compassion and patience and curiosity as we move our bodies as best we can in each moment, trying to note precisely what is happening in the body. If at any time the guidance is inviting a pose or movement that is not right for your body, it's always possible to return to the resting pose. In befriending the body, it's important to recognize and honor any places that are currently experiencing limitations. If there are any concerns with the neck or back, we respect and care for the body just as it is in this moment in time. And if the suggested movement is not right for your body, it's possible to invite the mind to visualize the body doing the movement or pose. And this visualizing can in itself be deeply nourishing to the mind and body and heart. The movement or visualization of the movement is a meditation practice that can deepen our awareness of living in the present moment. Recognizing that however the body and the mind and the heart is right now is just fine. Being with it again and again, and whatever is here in this moment. We'll begin our mindful movement practice by inviting you to come to standing with the feet about hip-width apart and the four corners of the feet connected to the ground, to this earth. And perhaps exploring the placement of the feet by gently shifting the weight back and forth. Maybe side to side as awareness connects all aspects of the soles of the feet with the ground, the earth below. Noticing if there's a lot of movement or some movement. And then gently coming to stillness. And allowing the toes to spread wide and then plant. And perhaps the mind's eye becoming like the root of a tree. Grounding the body securely to the earth below as awareness travels from the feet and the ankles, and strong, however relaxed. The knees soft and not locked. And the hips are balanced with the tailbone just slightly tucked. And the belly button pushing in towards the back of the spine. And the torso rises, the stable hips supporting the shoulders. The shoulders are invited to rise up and then back down and to melt towards the ground. And seeing if the shoulder blades can be gently encouraged to move towards the backbone, bringing some increased opening to the heart center. And the arms drift down to the side of the body in a comfortable posture with the palms of the hands facing slightly towards the front, providing perhaps an increased opening of the chest. And the head and the neck float gently on the shoulders with just a slight tucking of the chin towards downward to release any tension in the neck. The body in a strong and stable standing posture, firmly rooted to the earth, the ground. And yet with the crown of the head reaching up to the sky, with the breath moving freely in and out of the body, and bringing perhaps to mind the image of this majestic breathing mountain, allowing the awareness to sweep gradually through the body with alert and compassionate attention to the body as it is in this moment. Noting any thoughts or sensations or emotions that may be present. Just seeing if it's possible to simply note what's here. Without getting caught up in a story. Just simply noticing. Allowing the attention to be grounded in the experience of the breath. Moving in and out of the body. Bringing in freshness and newness with the breath. Releasing tension with the out breath. And from the standing mountain pose, with the next in-breath, inviting the arms to lift at your own pace, slowly rising up, feeling the sensations of the arms moving through the air, the skin, the bones, overhead, with the fingers stretching towards the sky or the ceiling above, while keeping the gaze forward and breathing. Noticing perhaps the sensation of stretching along the sides of the body. And always the invitation to be playfully curious with what's present in the body as we do this mindful movement. Now on the out breath, beginning to release this posture by allowing the arms to very slowly drift down to the sides of the body. Feeling the sensation of the skin moving through the air, the bones, the muscles, tissues. This body bringing awareness, slowly drifting down to the sides. Noticing if there's appreciation to the force of gravity as it's impacting the downward movement of the arms. And coming back to this mountain pose, noticing any changes and sensations in the body after having completed this gentle overhead stretch. What's here now in this moment? And as you are ready on the next in-breath, inviting the arms to move to the shoulder height and at your own speed, just allowing them to lift and rise. Feeling all the sensations of these arms moving, with the wrists flexed, stretching the palms of the hands towards the opposite, like if you were to visualize walls, and the body becoming strong in a stable T position. Perhaps noticing what sensations may be present in the side-reaching stretch, maybe tingling, pulsing, or other physical sensations. And just following the breath of the arms continuing to stretch in the opposite directions. The invitation now to gently releasing the arms, allowing them to slowly drift back to the sides of the body. Coming once again into this mountain pose. As you're ready on the next in-breath, allow just the right arm to gently rise overhead, inviting the fingers to stretch up as it comes up, noticing the speed, as you moving these fingers, trying to pick that piece of fruit from the tree limb or whatever tempting thing you would like to reach for that is just out of your reach. And perhaps inviting the eyes to gaze upward to the fingertips. And the left arm continues to rest along the side of the body. Perhaps seeing if it's possible to bring a little more stretch into the right side of the body by stretching the weight to the right foot and allowing the heel of the left foot to raise slightly. Just noticing the experience of the body breathing in this side stretch pose. What's here now? And with the next out breath, allowing the weight of the body to once again rest equally on both feet as the right arm is slowly drifting back to the right side of the body. And the chin draws the gaze back to that neutral position, bringing awareness to what's happening right now. Just checking in with what's here. And with the next in-breath, now drawing the left arm up overhead, reaching the fingertips up towards that sky or ceiling as high as is comfortable, stretching all the way through the body. The gaze follows the fingertips, stretching for that piece of tempting fruit or whatever it is you want to reach for. Shifting the weight of the body to the left foot, allowing the right heel to slightly lift, just exploring the experience of this left side body stretch, and breathing, following the ebb and the flow of the breath, moving in and out of the body. And with the next out breath, returning the weight of the body to be equal on both feet. The left arm slowly drifts back to the side body, and the gaze returns to that neutral position. The body coming back into this familiar mountain pose. And the breath. An invitation with the next in-breath. As you're ready, inviting the arms once again overhead at your own pace. So slowly allowing them to just rise. Feeling all the sensations of both these arms moving. Just stretching towards the ceiling or the sky. With the fingertips and with the gaze in that neutral position. And on the out breath, beginning to shift the weight of the body to the right foot and both arms to gently, slowly stretch towards the left side wall. Just moving with deep awareness of when the body has reached the limit of this comfort in this side body stretch, known as the crescent pose. Not forcing the body to bend to the side any further that is comfortable, just enough to experience a gentle stretch along the right side of the body. And with the next in-breath, coming back to center. The arms continue to stretch overhead. And then on the out breath, shifting the body's weight to the left foot, allowing the arms to gently move to the direction of the right side wall. Noticing perhaps increasing sensations along the side, the left side of the body. Bringing awareness to whatever's happening right now. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing any striving or efforting that may be present. Just seeing if it's possible to simply allow the body to experience this side body stretch in whatever way is possible, just now in this moment. With the next in-breath, coming back to center, the weight evenly distributed on both feet, and the arms gently drifting back to the sides of the body. Just inviting the shoulders to rise up and then roll back down. The shoulder blades tucked in and down. The heart center's open. And checking in to see if the knees are still soft. The head floating above the shoulders. That breath moving without additional effort in and out of the body. And once again, a strong, rooted, breathing mountain. And we'll now move into a few shoulder rolls by welcoming the shoulders to move upward as if trying to touch the ears, and then drawing the shoulders back as if the shoulder blades could actually touch each other, and then now drawing the shoulders down as if reaching towards the earth. And finally allowing those shoulders to move forward. The heart center may be even experiencing a slight rounding of the back. And at your own pace, moving with the breath gently, continuing to circle the shoulders up, back down, front. Just allowing the shoulders this gentle circle with the breath. And now the invitation of reversing the direction, drawing the shoulders up, the front, drawing back down and back. Moving at your own pace. Just noticing if it's possible to invite any release, any tension that may be present in the shoulders. And with the next out breath, coming to stillness as the shoulders once again rest in this neutral position. And in stillness, exploring any effects that may be present as a result of this gentle movement of the shoulders. You're now invited to move into some head rolls and taking care to note any physical limitations that may be present, and only moving in ways that will be nourishing and not straining to the neck. And if there are physical limitations to the neck, recalling that it's perfectly fine to just simply visualize this movement in the mind. Remembering that visualizing the movement can also have beneficial effects for the body, mind, and heart. And as you're ready, and on an out breath, allowing the head to gently drift forward with the chin dropping towards the chest. With an in-breath, inviting the right ear to drift towards the right shoulder. And now with the next in-breath, moving the chin back towards the center and down towards the chest. Perhaps feeling a slight stretch in the back of the neck. And with an out breath now, allowing the left ear to move towards the left shoulder. Continuing slowly and gently, moving the head back to center. Dropping the chin down to the chest. And then the next out breath, allowing the head to gently drift the right ear to the right shoulder. Next out breath, moving the head to center, dropping the chin to the chest, feeling that stretch in the back of the neck. And then on the next out breath, moving the left ear to the left shoulder. And then coming back to center. And with each breath, and just inviting this release of any tension that may be present in the neck and the shoulders, kind of exploring the effects of this movement with kindness, taking care to allow this movement to be deeply personal, honoring what's available in your body in this moment. And coming to stillness, returning the head and gaze to this neutral position. Mountain pose, connecting to the breath. We'll now be moving into a balancing posture by inviting the arms to lift up and away from the sides of the body and at your own pace. Fingers are stretching towards the side walls to aid in finding balance in the body. And it can sometimes help to locate a spot in the distance for the gaze to rest on and stay connected with the breath. And when you're ready, on the next out-breath, shifting the body's weight to the right foot and slowly explore the experience of lifting the left leg to the side and holding this posture as best you can. And if the left foot needs to drop back down to the floor to regain balance, that's fine. We just simply regain our stability and once again invite the left foot to raise as we explore the experience of balancing on the right foot. Noticing all the large and small adjustments of the body during this balancing movement. And just seeing if it's possible to simply bring curiosity to this experience, connecting the body with the breath again and again. And now with the next out breath, allowing the left foot to rest again on the floor and the arms to drift back to the sides of the body. Noticing whatever may be happening in the mind and the body right now. Noticing, can we be present with what's here in this moment, just the way that it is, non-judging. And the invitation now to shift to the other side of the body, beginning with, once again, lifting the arms with the fingers stretching to the side walls. And the gaze in this neutral position, and perhaps finding a focus point. And when you're ready, inviting the weight of the body to shift to the left foot with great attention, allowing the right leg to lift as far as possible right now, and as best you can, maintaining balance on the left foot, seeing if using a fixed object, kind of gazing the attention to the movement of the breath, has any effect on the ability to balance on the left foot. Coming back again and again, and playing with this exploration of balancing movement, bringing perhaps a slight smile to the face of the body, works dramatically with gravity, coming into stability. Always the invitation to move both corners of your mouth up at any time and noticing what shifts in the body. Noticing if there's joy or maybe it's neutral or nothing at all. And now with the next out breath, allowing the right leg to drop down the foot, coming to rest once again on the floor. The arms gently moving back along the sides of the body. Coming back to the strong, stable mountain pose. And once again, reconnecting with the breath. And we'll be moving into a standing side twist posture by beginning with bringing the hands to the hips and directing just the gaze over the right shoulder, noticing what's available for introspection in our field of vision, perhaps noticing any physical sensations that may be present along the sides of the neck, taking care not to over-effort this gentle twist, and breathing. Extending the stretch a little bit more by allowing the shoulders to follow the gaze to the right, maybe noticing any change in the field of vision what sensations are here. Now allowing the hips to follow, further extending to the right side of the body twist as we continue to extend this gentle twisting movement. Exploring the difference in perception and sensation that may occur, and breathing. Now inviting the entire body to follow the gaze to the right, the shoulder, the hip, the knees, and as best you can, allowing the full body to stretch to the right, exploring as the body breathes from this full twisted position. And with the next out breath, gently coming back to center. With the next out breath, now exploring the experience of following the gaze over the left shoulder. And once again, noticing perspective and sensation. How are things different on this side of the body? Being playfully curious, not having it be a certain way or having it change or judging, but just noticing. Now with the next out breath, allowing the shoulders to follow the gaze to the left side of the body. Allowing the hips to join the shoulders as they follow the gaze to the left. And now inviting this full body twist to the left as the knees and the hips and the shoulders follow the gaze fully to the left side of the body. Enjoying the full body twist to the left. And the body may be experiencing a little more limitation in breathing in this position, yet maybe taking in a much greater perspective of what lies behind. With the next out breath, coming back to the center, coming to rest again in the mountain pose. The breath bringing in freshness. The out breath releasing any areas of tension that may have developed during this body movement. And attention is alert, awake, and present. And now when you are ready with an out breath, beginning to see if you can allow the head and the arms to drift slowly towards the toes. Hinge from the hips, bending forward just as far as comfortable, allowing the knees to stay soft and to bend slightly as the fingers move a little closer to the toes. And wherever the fingers end up, perhaps close to the knees or to the shins or to the feet or to wherever the fingers end up, just being okay with that. However far this forward bend posture allows the fingers to travel is fine, because that's what's comfortable for the body right now in this moment. And one can bring a little more ease to this posture by taking hold of the opposite elbow and allowing the head to just gently drape downward, perhaps allowing for some release of tension in the back and the neck, and inviting a gentle stretch in the back of the legs and breathing. How is the breath in this more constricted position? And from this forward bend position, just seeing if it's possible to bring a little more release to the back by gently raising just the right arm while keeping the left arm resting on the foot or the ankle or somewhere higher up the leg. Allowing the right fingers to stretch towards the front wall in front of you. And the gaze is directed to the floor with the neck in this neutral position, just avoiding any strain on the neck. Noting perhaps an increased sensation of stretch along the right side of the back and breathing. And we'll now switch sides by allowing the right arm to drift back down And allowing the right hand to come to rest as far down the leg as is available at this moment with an in-breath. Now lifting the left arm as best you can, stretching the fingers towards the front wall or in front of you, while keeping that gaze towards the floor, the ground, the neck in this neutral and breathing position. And with awareness, guiding the body back to an upright position, very slowly. It's almost like coming up with a puppet on a puppet string, coming back, restacking each vertebrae one at a time. Noticing whatever's present as we come back to this mountain pose. As a result of doing this series of forward bend postures, for the mountain pose, we now invite the arms to gently rise in the front of the body as the fingers reach towards the front wall. And as you're ready, with great care on the next out breath, beginning to bend the knees as if you're bringing the buttocks closer to the floor, as if beginning to sit in a chair, and only moving the buttocks down as possible for stability. The gaze of the eyes forward and the head is balanced in comfort and this neutral position. Noticing any sensations that may be arising in the strong muscles of the thighs or perhaps the back of the calves. What thoughts and feelings may be here. Is it possible to allow the breath to help the body come to greater stillness in this particular body posture? Just breathing in and breathing out with the next breath, allowing the body to be drawn with care back up into the mountain pose, coming to the breath. And we'll begin this next movement by directing our gaze to a fixed point on the ground or wall in front of the body, connecting with the breath. And now on the next in-breath, intentionally shifting the weight onto the right foot while inviting the left foot to begin to float up, coming to rest with the toes of the left foot slightly touching the floor, or if it is available to you in this moment, seeing if it's possible to allow the left foot to move a little higher up along the leg, and perhaps coming to rest on this right ankle, or the calf, or the thigh, or the right leg, and however avoiding planting against the right knee, as this may produce undue strain on the knee joint. And at the same time, rooting that right foot to the floor, perhaps imagining the four corners of the right foot sinking into the earth, providing this strong and stable place of support for the body, like the trunk of a tree. Now allowing the arms to gradually drift upwards, perhaps to the shoulder height, or perhaps gradually over the head, much as the branches of a tree reach up to the sky, seeking the nourishment of the sun and allowing the gaze of the eyes and the breath to help the body come into greater stability and stillness as the body dynamically works to find balance. And it's perfectly fine to allow the left foot and leg to drop back to the floor, or even to work by lightly touching the back of a chair or the wall to help the body find stillness. And each time when balance is reestablished, just inviting the left foot to once again experience the process of lifting and planting at whatever place along the right leg may work for you, working with the breath and the body to explore the experience of the tree pose. What is your tree like? And now with the next out-breath, allowing the arms to slowly, gracefully drift back down to the side of the body. The left foot to come back to the rest completely on the floor, the ground, equalizing the weight on both feet. And once again, checking in with the body as it resumes a strong and stable mountain posture. What thoughts are here now? What is the quality of breath following this balancing exercise of tree pose? Once again, allowing the gaze to find a stable, focused point on the floor or the wall ahead. Casting that gaze. And with the next in-breath, allowing the weight of the body to shift to the left foot and uprooting the right foot and allowing the right foot as you can the opportunity to float upward, coming to rest with the toes slightly touching the floor or to touch the left ankle or the calf perhaps, the left inner thigh, while avoiding that knee joint. And with the in-breath, beginning to draw those arms up to whatever height is possible at this time, reaching the branches of your tree upward as the rhythm of the breath brings perhaps increased stillness, noticing what tree pose is like this time. And you may wish to even be a little playful in this position. Is the wind gently moving the branches of your tree? Is the body able to find some stability and stillness, more on one side of the body or the other? Knowing that whatever is happening is fine, and just simply because that's what's happening right now in this moment. And with the next out-breath, as you're ready, allowing the arms to drift back to the sides of the body, releasing the right foot back to the floor, noticing how the weight of the body comes equally distributed on both feet, coming to the breath. And with attention, beginning to make your way down to the floor, coming to a seated position, noticing the change in perspective as the body finds itself in a lower position. With an in-breath, bringing the soles of the feet together, gently touching, and the knees are bent and the legs softly fall away from each other. And however far apart is comfortable, bringing the hands to gently clasp the legs by the thighs or the shins or ankles, or maybe even the feet. And wherever the hands are able to greet and hold the legs or feet is fine, as that intersection is to support the legs and experiencing this butterfly pose. And with each breath, inviting the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. And with each out breath, perhaps allowing the torso to move a little closer to the feet. The breath allowing release and ease into the hips. Breath following breath. What is the mind doing right now? Where's the attention? Are we here right now? Now on an out breath, releasing both legs, and with the hands gently guiding the right foot, bringing the right foot to rest along the inside of the left leg at whatever place is most available to you at this time. And this could be along the left calf or perhaps the left thigh, while avoiding the delicate knee joint. And the right knee may come to rest on the floor or be floating above the floor, depending on how flexible the right hip is at this time. And with an in-breath, bringing the arms up overhead, stretching up and long, and then beginning to hinge up the hips, allowing the body to ever slowly begin to fold forward, reaching gradually towards the left foot and placing the hands on the left thigh or the calf or perhaps the ankle or foot. The left foot is flexed with the toes pointing up. The left thigh is engaged and rooted onto the floor. Moving slowly with the breath, in-breath lengthening the torso, the out-breath perhaps allowing just a little more folding to occur. Breath following breath. Noticing the quality of the breath in the seated side stretch pose, moment by moment. How is the body actually experiencing this movement? Gently releasing the hands and the right foot, drawing the crown of the head up. Once more, perhaps giving the feet and the legs a gentle shake and or any other movement that feels right. To release any tension that may have occurred in this pose. And when you're ready, drawing the left foot to rest along the right leg or whatever position is available. And maybe noticing that things are different on this side of the body. Is the foot able to be further up along the leg, or does it work better to plant the foot lower? The right foot is flexed with the toes stretching to the sky. The strong right thigh is pressed against the floor, providing that stable support for the pose with an in-breath now, drawing up the arm high overhead, stretching long, and then beginning to hinge at the hip, gradually beginning to fold forward over the legs as the arms begin to stretch towards the right foot, allowing the hands to softly hold somewhere along the right leg, appreciating the hands may be holding the right leg or at some place that's different from before, and breathing. With the in-breath, allowing the torso to lengthen, and with the out-breath, inviting the torso to sink a little closer to the leg, exploring this experience, just inviting that breathing, maybe that breath, bringing increased focus and stillness in the mind as the body works with this challenging position. And now with the next in-breath, releasing the hands and allowing the arms to stretch up overhead, inviting the back to become even longer as the fingers reach towards the sky. Could be the ceiling. And allowing the hands to drift back along the sides of the body. The left foot releases the right leg. Both legs lengthen in the front. Maybe gently shaking out any tension that may be here, reconnecting with the experience of the body breathing. And when you are ready, welcoming the body to lie down on the floor, on a blanket or mat, on the ground, on your back. And the arms come comfortably to rest at the side of the body, and the palms of the hands turned up. And perhaps inviting the shoulders to flatten against the floor or the ground, giving that chest a greater opening. allowing the legs to lengthen from the body with the feet falling gently away from each other. And if the lower back feels any tension in this position, it's possible to place a small pillow or blanket under the knees to elevate them slightly, or to place the feet flat on the floor and allow the knees to gently rest against each other, and bring awareness to the rising and falling of the belly with each breath, moving in and out of the body, and perhaps noticing energy entering the body with the breath, relaxation increasing with each out-breath, seeking further into the mat or the blanket with each breath, simply letting go into the floor, scanning the body for any area of tension or constriction, allowing the breath to bring in freshness and the out-breath to release tension and fatigue. Breath following breath, appreciating all that is right with the body in this moment. And as we come to the end of this period of mindful movement practice, we begin to move the fingers and toes, then the hands and feet, exploring movement as the body comes out of stillness. Turning with attention and at your own pace onto the right side of the body, resting the head briefly on a pillow or the right arm, and slowly coming to a seated position. And we can complete this period of mindful movement, kind of moving the body with awareness and exploration and kindness, by enjoying a deep, nourishing in-breath, followed by the release of any remaining tension. As the breath moves out of the body, then perhaps experiencing this profound appreciation for setting aside the time to move the body in this nourishing, restorative way. Mindfully exploring the dynamic relationship of the mind and body and heart linked in the field of awareness. And with profound gratitude, holding this space with you during this mindful movement.